Morning, everybody. Welcome to the Daily Digest, and today's Friday. Okay, so it's the last day of the week. I'm not going to do what I said I was going to do this morning. No, I'm not going to follow Sheriff. What I'm going to do is that there are two stories here that we will look at, and I'd just like to get your opinions on them. We'll examine them thoroughly. The first is this story on cosmetic surgery. It's very vital. I'd like to know what especially our women think of this. Okay, cosmetic surgery goes wrong. Abuja judge therapist clash. We'll look at that. Then the second story we'll look at is the one where Atiku says that he is the stepping stone to Igbo presidency. I take exception to that statement, personally. I think the statement shows a bit of arrogance. It shows a bit of insensitivity, for you to conclude that you accept. So everything has to go on hold just because you want to be president. Maybe we should even start from there. Since it's political, then we can move on to this thing. And I'd like you to call it now. It's a very emotional thing, but let's just handle it, as, with the usual rules that I apply. Saying I'm stepping stone to Igbo presidency. By the way, tomorrow, the discourse at 9 o'clock with Jimi Disu, brought to you by MTN. Tomorrow, we'll be having a children's party here. I don't mean party. What I mean is I'm going to have 4 kids in the studio and just ask them, their feelings about Christmas. I've done it, a number of times, and you'll be amazed at what you will hear. And then sometime next week, I want to bring who we consider the common men to ask them certain questions about the political development in the country. Four of them, just sit down and yak. Merry Christmas, everybody, for all his worth. This one don't look like Christmas at all. I haven't gotten one. Not that I haven't gotten. I haven't seen one single hamper. I don't even know what hamper looks like anymore. It's amazing. I remember way back, I was telling my daughter 2 days ago that I remember when we were much younger, and my sitting room would be so filled with hampers. I used to pass on hampers back in the day, and then you remember the days of calendars and diaries. Anybody who gives me a calendar now is wasting his time. But I never really loved hanging calendars. I'd hang them in my office for functional purposes. How time flies, and look, all around you, no Christmas decoration apart from the one that the bank normally does. That's the only Christmas decoration I've seen. And then we have a neighbor here who extended his decoration from Diwali. But nice though. You should drive past Etimiyang at night one of these days. But remember, Etimiyang is one of the closely guarded areas in Victoria Island. So don't hang around. Keep moving. Keep moving. Let's get down to business. I'm stepping stone to Igbo presidency, says Atiku. And it says here that the PDP presidential candidate, Atiku Abubakar, said he's a stepping stone to the actualization of a president of Igbo extraction in Nigeria if voted in 2023. This is how I translate this statement. So you're telling the Igbos that 8 years of Buhari from the north, they must give you one term. Okay? No, he didn't even say one term. He said if voted into 2023, he is a stepping stone to the actualization. So it means that he will take 2 terms. That is, after he now does it for 8 years and you have complete 16, then it will be the turn of the Igbo people. That's the import of what he's saying. Now, we don't know if another Imilokon will now come in 8 years' time, and then we'll now have another 8 years and 8 years. If I had my way, I wish in democracy we could just hand over. And luckily we have an Igbo man that is, in fact, we have captured him from the Igbos and turned him into our own. We have turned him into our own. Even our own person says that he lives in Lagos, he doesn't live in Anambra. So he's a Lagosian. If I had my way, I know what the Constitution says. Nobody needs to tell me about that. But also in any environment, in any country, state, local government, whatever, there are usually local agreements for the benefit of peace. We always want to balance things. it's not necessarily. There's no point quoting constitution. Constitution is also is not going to put food on our tables. It's not going to engender peace. What engenders peace is the gentlemanly behavior, tolerance of other people. Lack of selfishness. A lot of our political leaders they always think of themselves. So what's the import of saying that it's only when you become president that you can then have a president of Igbo extraction? I think, don't let me use the common phrase in Nigeria where we say it's an insult. Might not be, but I take exception to it. Because he didn't have to say it. That's where I stand. He didn't have to use it. And he said this in Oka. You see how politicians can be very funny? He said this in Oka. If he had said it somewhere else, maybe. But he said it in Oka, where he flagged off his campaign. I wonder what the reaction was like. Why don't these politicians, after they've done all the campaign and dancing and whatever, take about 10 questions from the crowd there, just to get a feel? I'd love to know what the people who were with him in Oka, how they were feeling. You're telling them they should wait another 8 years. So I wonder what you think. Now, our lines are open, 0700 993 993, and the female line 01465 7190. In the spirit of Christmas, I want to cancel all bans, so you're not free to call, but when you do call, please behave yourself. So Pastor, what's his name now? Pastor Ladipo now, I've given him a pardon to leave the fatwa on him. I've lifted the fatwa on him and 2 other persons, I think. So they're not free to call, but please, let's try and obey simple rules, okay? Simple rules. Call from a quiet background. Don't call from a kitchen. Don't call on top of an Okada or in a car that has no air conditioning because the wind, we can't hear you, okay? And just stick to the rules. And I'd like to also plead, we are going to stick to the 1 minute rule as much as possible. So don't waste too much time greeting this and greeting that. Good morning, Uncle Jimmy. Good morning to the person in the studio. The other person that escorted him also, good morning. Is Philip there? Is behind the pillar. Good morning. By the time you say all that, 1 minute is up. I've ordered on Amazon. I've ordered the stop clock that I'm going to start using in January. It's big stop clock. I'll put it here. I want to start talking. I clip it. When it's 1 minute, I say it goes back down and off you go. That's a joke. I didn't do that, but let's stick to 1 minute rule. Let me take my first caller for the day. I hope it's Pastor Ladipo. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Hello.
Morning.
Good morning, Uncle Jimmy.
Morning.
Morning, sir. This is Omenka John.
Yes.
To your story, Atiku, and after 8 years or 4 years, I don't really get. So after 8 years, you will now hand over to Igbo.
Yes.
I don't know if maybe Atiku is 200 million Nigerians. I don't understand. How is he going to hand over to an Igbo presidency?
I don't know. I wish he was here. I would want to ask him.
In
fact, I would have wanted to ask him what he actually means by this statement.
Yes.
Maybe we are getting it wrong. But the import of what he's saying here, from the little Turenchi that is here, what it means is that, okay, so he wants to be president, and that people should wait when he has satisfied himself. Then,
God.
That is, so you see,
I have my voter's card. So is Atiku going to tell me who to vote for in 2023?
No, it's not telling you. No, don't wait a minute. Wait a minute now. Calm down. Cool down. What he is saying is telling you vote for me, and then you have a choice. You see, we need to understand that our politicians can say all they like. It's just like the ones in the opposite party. We cannot come for this debate. We cannot come for this debate. It's their choice.
But we
also
well,
don't take it as a slap. Do the needful.
Anyway,
but and he said this in Oka.
In Oka, I know he was in Oka.
Anyway, let's get checked. No, don't worry.
Nigeria, God help us.
No, go come out cutlass. I think I'll beg you.
Okay, sir. Enjoy your show, sir.
Thank you. Morning.
Good morning, sir.
Morning, Chris. How are you?
Thank you very much for pardoning Pastor Ladipo.
Yes.
Thank you. Somebody was making jest of him. Good for him. They banned him. Thank you, Uncle Jimmy.
No,
yes, somebody was making jest of
is it the
him.
spirit of Christmas?
Oh, my Uncle Jimmy, you are too much. Thank you. Quick one. For me, I said if the ruling party, they bring somebody from the East as their presidential candidate, I'm the first person to vote for that person. Like you always say, I wish we were following the Constitution. We have 3 major tribes in this country, right? The other 2 tribes are romancing themselves. The Senate president, did you hear what he said? Who the president is going to hand over to? Did you hear that statement?
No, I didn't hear that one, no.
Oh, he said Buhari is going to hand over to their presidential candidate. People can call and confirm that. So what about that? I wish Obi stayed and work with Atiku. I think that man has a liberal mind. He will do what he said. I believe him. They've learned their mistake. So please, just take it lightly with him, like you said to our man who just called now. Even if he made that statement in Adamaturu, the way they call that place.
Okay.
Just take it. He made it in Oka now. So please, let's just take it soft with him. Thank you, Uncle Jimmy.
Okay. All right, part of what he said is that my vision and mission as the president is to unite Nigeria, bring peace and provide adequate security for the people of Nigeria. I will give every section its due right. I think that if you have that passion to unite Nigeria, you wouldn't be making this statement. Rather, you would be pushing for an Igbo presidency if you want to unite Nigeria. I mean, to be honest with you, the Igbos have gotten the wrong end. We all know that. It's a given fact. Okay, we all know that. We know that. There's no point having a debate over that. If you have such an urge and you are patriotic and you think of this country and don't think of yourself, he should be the strong advocate of having it. After all, the North has had it for 8 years. And yes, I said there's a constitution, but there's also what you call norms. If you want peace, this thing must go around. That's why, for example, I don't buy the idea of some Yoruba presidency. I mean, Yorubas have never had it so good. 8 years of Obasanjo, 8 years of Oshibajo. What's his name? Gbaja, 4th person in power, Bankole, and people seem to have forgotten Ete. Remember there was a lady, Ete, who was also speaker. I mean, come on. The Yorubas have had one minister, one person that had 3 ministries assigned to him. Any of those ministries will make anybody a multi-billionaire. By the way we play our politics here. Our gentleman had 3. Meta. 1, 2, 3. Fat ones. Juicy ones. All right, let me pick the next caller. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Uncle Jimmy, morning. Alex here.
Yes. Hey, Alex, how are you?
Yeah, compliments of the season, great.
Same to you.
On this article's comments,
yes.
I don't know how the Igbos would have sat in that hall and not have felt insulted.
Yes.
You see, there is this sense of entitlement,
Yeah.
you know, like not just to the ticket today, but even to the future. He's telling you that even after his term, that's what he's suggesting, that even after his term, he still has the power. I don't know how, you see, I'm from Edo State. There is a way our people, you will not get somebody from where I come from, you know, sit down and digest that level of, you know, I don't know what to call it. I'm short of the words, but what I'm simply saying is that it will not go down well. It will not go down well. I don't know how these people sit down and listen to this man and do not think that they are being insulted by Atiku. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate.
Okay. Well, he also said, speaking at the meeting, the chairman of the Anambra State Traditional Rulers, Obi of Onitsha, Igwe Alfred Achebe, said the monarchs were non-partisan and would only support whoever wins the election. Now, I don't understand this. They will support whoever wins the election. Won't you support somebody to win the election before you support him after the election? Well, they can't say that, can they? Okay, because it says that he met with the Anambra traditional rulers and promised to unite Nigerians by treating each zone equitably. It should start from now. You don't need to be president to do this. You're already a top politician. You're already you're already a top politician. Okay, you're a top politician. You're a statesman. When are we going to get leaders who would love to sacrifice? Somebody who will come and say, do you know, guess what? I would have run, but I think I need to pave way for equity for so and so. That would have been nice to hear. Okay, let's pick this one from, maybe it's the guy from Michigan. Hello, good morning.
Good afternoon, Kujimi.
Where are you speaking from?
Jakarta.
Oh, yeah, our friend from Indonesia. How are you?
All right, fine. So I think what Atiku is trying to say is, he's trying to say, okay, look at the other side. The APC guys, they are passing the ball between the north and the west. Look, after Buhari is going to give it to his brother, the southwest, the Emiloko, and he's going to go back. So come to my side. I think politicians are just smart by half. They can do anything to get into power. He's just trying to play that mind politics there, like, if you come to my side, forget I'm 76 years old. By the time I'm done, I'll be 84 years old. I will now consider giving to you guys and the whole stuff. It's unfortunate. That's the kind of politics we play in Nigeria. It's unfortunate that it's no more about capacity or character. It's not about tribe and all these unnecessary sentiments. Uncle Jimmy, compliments of the season, my beg.
Same to you, my brother. You take care now. You know what? And the funny thing is, I believe that technically, if you look at it from a technical standpoint, he probably is the most ready. If you add up all the other nuances, to be able to garner support from the National Assembly and so on and so forth, and having been vice president for 8 years, he probably knows. The rest has to do with his state of mind, what he decides that he wants to do. But when it comes to training for the job, he's the most trained. I'm not saying he's the best for the job, but he's the most trained, if you get what I'm saying, from a professional standpoint. But I think that having been a presidential candidate 2 or 3 times, somebody should have called his attention to the fact that you don't talk like this. It reminds me of a politician who went to I think it was Awolowo, went to the East then and said he was going to ban stockfish and second-hand clothing way back then, when it was the most lucrative things that people were dealing with, Or when they went to Calabar and they brought out all the masquerades and so on and so forth, and he said, look, keep quiet, listen to me. When I'm gone, you can start the dance. There's always a gaffe somewhere. There's always something that politicians say in error. Unfortunately, they don't listen to the professionals around them, or the professionals themselves are not bold enough. If I was PR consultant to a presidential candidate, you say that kind of thing, I'll push you fall down. As I'm picking you up, I say, oh God, don't say that thing again. I will do something to make you stop halfway. Maybe I have a buzzer tied to him. Once he says the wrong thing, you press the buzzer. But what do you have today? You have people who surround the candidates, urging them on sometimes in the wrong direction, because everybody is afraid to say the truth. It's all for their benefits. And it's not even compounded by the younger ones that they use because of the social media that we have today. You mislead these ones for your own personal benefit. There's a lot of that outside. Otherwise, you'll be asking yourself sometimes, some of the things that you see, some of the things that you observe, don't these people have anybody around them to tell them the truth? You go way tired. They won't tell them the truth. You do damage to the candidate, you do damage to the country, all because you want to have access to power. Second base, Jerry. Let's take 1 or 2 more, then we'll take a break and come and deal with this cosmetic surgery. Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Yes, hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. This is Chief Baby.
Yes.
Yeah, I think he's fond of all these tribal sentiments. I remember the time he went for campaign when he want to address his people in North. He was telling them that he doesn't want Igbo president or Yoruba president, that they should vote for him. So for him,
no. To be fair, let me. Sorry, madam. To be fair, that's not what he said. To be fair, that's not exactly what he said.
Okay.
What he said misunderstood. But that is why, rather than speaking in parables, you should speak and explain the things that you mean. He didn't say that. I like to be fair to him. Okay, I think we can take just about one more and then take a look.
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, good morning, Uncle Jimmy.
Morning, sir.
I am one of your greatest fans.
Yes, thank you.
So, hearing from me.
I'm your air conditioner. You be fan, me I be AC.
Well, you are a TVJ, you are a typhoon blaster journalist. I respect you. Well, Atiku. I don't blame Atiku. You see, what Atiku expressed at Oka is indirectly what vast majority of the oligarchs in this country think of the Southeast. And you wouldn't blame them because they have acolytes, they have accessories in the Southeast who also share the same, unfortunately, same ideology. You see, what happened at Oka was a subtle insult to the region. And I don't know if most of his audience got the message. Because telling us that after your kinsman has held sway for 8 years, you are now telling us that except you are allowed to fulfill your lifelong ambition, the Southeast wouldn't be able to ascend to that position. That was a subtle insult to me. And I hope and pray that the vast majority of the audience that were present got the message and will speak through the ballot on 2023.
Well, it's still that's why it's democracy. Some people might even be happy. We'll take a short break and then we'll be right back.
Keeping up the pace in an ever-changing world.
Packet tomato that was being sold 40 naira. They are being increasing effectively. 100 naira, 120 naira.
Topical issues and conversations affecting you.
The society has created that need where people do not have options to choose.
Liverpool are majestic. You can't coach against this.
City have to defend for 6 minutes. They do not want to attack this. Felon Mendy across into the penalty area, headed down by the Madrid players. Still Madrid hopping around City's penalty box. A chance could come for them. It's 1-1 on the night. It's 4-5 for Nabigate. Here it comes. It's a 2-2. They are back.
Incredible. Well, one of the great nights as a radio football commentator, certainly. Was special. You could sense it. So I literally could sense a potential comeback, and it wasn't surprised when it happened. But you know how I was still able to articulate my words after that goal came in, something magical. So one of those great nights.
Thanks, Alexander
Liverpool are majestic. You can't coach against this. I'm a sucker for Trent. You know, if he wasn't a Liverpool player, I would wear a jersey with Trent at the back. That was special. It was a free kick from about 38, 40 yards against Chelsea, a team I somehow don't fancy. It was chill, and I feel like to say it's a classic. I don't think any commentator has been able to do that.
Every day is a new experience for me here. And look, see how excited I was coming into this studio. It was like a kid in a candy shop. What I enjoy doing the most here, let me put it in my own words, is Dear Bumi, because it's relaxing, it's hilarious. And of course, I for the life of me, I would never miss doing programs with Sheriff in the morning. It's one of the best, that's what keeps me alive and going. I think the one that I would remember the most, believe me, is the one I did with Mike Kuti, for his son. Every time I looked at, every time I think of the young guy, I feel so inspired. Because I'm always thinking of tomorrow. I'm youth-driven. I'm not saying I'm a youth, but I'm youth-driven. Oh, the best thing about being a radio show host is when people hold your hand in public, they pray for you, they send you messages, and appreciate what you're doing. Because it's, apart from it being a big job, it's a sacrifice. If you want to do this job well, it is a big, big sacrifice. I'm not known to be a liar. I'm somebody who, and the reason why I don't lie about certain things is I don't want to be caught out. Okay, so if I overslept, you hear me on radio saying, sorry I came late, I overslept. I don't want anybody telling me that this is what happened. I'm very conscious of that. So I don't think I ever lied not to be on air. I would have called ahead to say, because I'm a professional to the core, and you can ask those who work with me. If I can't make it, sometimes I'd call Sheriff in the morning and say, Sheriff, let me. I'm tired. If I'm tired, I'm tired, So I don't think I've been caught out as such. I can't remember any time.
You fit with 850 million naira.
Visit www.betway.com.ng. Play the Betway Night Jackpot now. That's the responsible way, not for persons under 18.
So, Junior, how I do now?
Mommy, you act well, oh. I go like the correct actor like you.
My smally get doing so. So, to help am become better actor, I dey carry am go audition.
Your pikin sabi act. Well.
I dey help am practice in scripts.
Oh yeah, bend down for me and my son.
So, to help am tanda gidigba, na Twisco I dey give am drink.
Mama, dem don choose me to act for inside the film, oh.
Na my turn now to begin jolly for my pikin. Give your pikin dem Twisco. Na way to help them follow their dream.
Twisco, power your dream.
Oh, I'm starving.
Food. You love food. Okay, what do you want to eat?
Can I have edikaiko soup and swallow?
Yes, my dear. Consider it served.
Benny's. Benny's. Tasty and nutritious Nigerian soups. With the children in school, my wife, a lawyer, and I stay alone with little or no time to get into the kitchen. Benny's Foods, always to the rescue.
Benny's Foods delivers freshly made, daily tasty afang, edikaikon, nsala, onugbo, or black soup. Any Nigerian soup in 3 or 5 liter tamper-evident bowls.
Assorted local soups for homes, offices, schools, events, meetings, and parties are delivered within 48 hours.
Enjoy free delivery for your first order, and volume discounts are available.
Order now at www.bennysfoodlimited.com or 0803 325 9177.
Benny's Foods. Nice quality always.
Wakanao Travel Fest is back, and it's a showdown all through November. Enjoy unbeatable travel deals on flights, hotels, visas, and holiday packages. Visit www.wakanao.com now to get these amazing deals, and follow us at wakanao.com on all social media channels so you don't miss out on any deals. Ladies and gentlemen, the showdown is here. Wakanao, let's go.
Can I see them come true? Can they come alive for me? Yes, they can. Keep working at it. Keep working at it. Be it a business or a business idea. Oh, dreams. Nurture your dreams. Oh, dreams. You can achieve. Oh, dreams. Nurture your dreams. Oh, dreams. You can achieve. You can take the chance you get. Reach out for the sky. With the right foundation, you'll nurture your dreams to life. Dreams. Nurture your dreams. Oh, dreams. You can achieve. Yeah.
Enroll for the Transforming Nigeria Youth Program at bit.ly/TNY Dream and get your dream off the ground.
We don't die for where we did, oh yeah. Now so promise and fail, oh yeah. And we don't wait. PDP don't come again. Jando malole she wala matele o. Jando for governor. Jando under PDP. Jando 2023. Jando wala matele o. Jando for governor. Jando for Lagos. Jando for everybody. Fight for Lagos. Fight for Lagos.
Vote Dr. Abdulaziz Olajide Adediran Jandor as Governor of Lagos State. PDP! Power to the people!
It's the time of the year. Come, let's chill together. Pop Chivita, make we jolly. Ooh, yeah. All over Nigeria, anywhere you day. Share Chivita with your family and friends. Enjoy this Christmas. Chivita season. Feel this Christmas. Let's celebrate with Chivita. Ooh yeah. Oh yeah, make we celebrate the life. No, they don't waste my time. I go enjoy myself with tire. Plenty food to chop. Chivita juice with the vibe. Oh chill, enjoy this Christmas, let's celebrate with Chivita, ooh yeah.
Everyone has a Chivita this season. What's your Chivita?
Do you want to double your chances of landing your next big job? Then get on the Jobberman Soft Skills Train. The Soft Skills training is completely free, and you can access it on multiple online platforms, including WhatsApp and Telegram. Join thousands of other certified champions across the country who can attest to the impact of having soft skills in today's job market. Visit www.jobberman.com/soft skills to begin the journey into a better you.
Everyone wants justice, to feel safe, and to trust the system.
At 5 o'clock, a child has been kidnapped somewhere in Lagos.
I can't find her. Please help me.
At 2 o'clock, a man was found dead in a hotel room. But guess what time it is? It's time for justice. Because for every crime that happens in Lagos, justice awaits.
No cities above the law in the new action drama series Crime and Justice. Now streaming only on Showmax. Subscribe from 1,200 Naira monthly. Sign up at showmax.com.
When I finish downloading this show like this, I will go straight to Tayo's house to eat sweet jollof. Then enjoy this movie on YouTube. It's just that Tayo will now start disturbing me to turn on my Wi-Fi for him when he can easily enjoy data bonus with MTN for me. With MTN for me, you will get 100% data bonus and discounted data bundles just like that. What are you waiting for? Dial *121# to get started with MTN for me.
Today is a good day. A good day to take a walk. A good day to reach for your goals. A good day to finish reading that book. A good day to connect with your friends while doing the things you love. A good day to shoot your shot. A good day to enjoy life to the fullest with Malta Guinness.
Malta Guinness. Enjoy a world of good.
Our country one better. Nigeria one better. Our country one better. Nigeria one better. Who go do one for us? Tinubu, Tinubu. Papa Tokambo, Mama Tokambo. For a better Nigeria. Good life Now you we want to. Now you we need
Yes, so people of Nigeria, they jolly for the better when one shell for we country. So as they ready to vote Asiwaju Bola Tinubu as the next president of Nigeria, our people don't look the matter well. Say now only Bola Tinubu don't do what everybody fit see. Now him get the experience where he go fit use take make our country better, make life sweet for we and our picking them. Bola Tinubu don't gather better plan to chest down war for we youth, better school, the security of lives and property, unity and peace for all we country people. People of Nigeria, for this and many other better things when in don't vocalize, it good make we all vote Asiwaju Bola Tinubu for president of Nigeria. Vote Kashim Shettima as vice president. Vote APC, the party where show broom.
Now you we need
Welcome back to your number one talk, news, and sports station. This is Nigeria Info.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
This is Daily Digest with Jimi Disu.
Yeah, you're welcome back to the Daily Digest with Jimi Disu. Now we are going to go to the second story. But when we open up our lines and you call, you can still, comment on the first, okay? So let me read this. I read it this morning. A skin therapist. Her name is Pamela Onyegusi. And the judge of the National Industrial Court, Justice Zainab Bashir, have traded blame following unsuccessful cosmetic procedures which left burns on the latter skin. There's even a photograph on the latter skin. There's a photograph of the cheeks of the judge here. The therapist accused the judge of harassing and making life unbearable for her after she, Bashir, complained that the cosmetic treatments were not successful. However, Justice Bashir herself accused the therapist of damaging her skin. Of damaging her skin, adding that she had to travel out of the country to treat herself. Punch Metro gathered that the judge approached Onyegusi at her residence in Abuja to undergo, listen to this, facial, thigh, and stomach treatments after being referred by the therapist's clients. So this woman is called therapist. I don't know if she's a medical doctor, but she says she's a therapist. I don't know whether being a therapist gives you the license to do these things. When they get to that bridge, that will be solved. The procedures were completed, and the judge was said to have paid the therapist the sum of $2,000. I'm in the wrong profession on that day, and the balance of $500,000 2 days later. The peace, however, did not last long, as the judge complained that her face was breaking days after the operation. So it was an operation. Our correspondent obtained pictures showing the burns on the judge's skin after the birth procedures. One of the pictures is what I'm looking at here now. It's not a bleaching cream, I don't know. Anyway, it says that Onyebusi told Punch Metro that the judge was aware of her skin conditions when she came for treatment. And she said this, Onyebusi said, the judge came to my office on referral for one of my clients. And when she came, I didn't know she was a judge. She wanted, okay, fine. I didn't know she was a judge. She wanted facial, thigh, and stomach treatment. She had acne on her face, black thighs, and stretch marks, and also wanted laser hair removal. She had facial treatment, and because of many blackheads on her face, she felt that blackhead is like from what we call pimples. We say pimples. But of course, it's pimples. We say pimples. She had blackheads. Her thighs were bad. And when she requested the treatment, I told her it was quite painful and not advisable for her since she had undergone previous liposuction. Thank you, Bumi. My friend Bumi said it's not liposuction. But I didn't know. I'm not a woman. I don't know these things. She says it's liposuction and other surgeries. Thank you, Bumi. But she insisted that I should do it, that she didn't like the way her thighs looked. But I wish to show the picture of the thighs. I'd love to see what the complaint is. So she spent about 3 hours in her facility that day. And afterwards, she sent her driver to pay 2,000 cash and 500,000. However, she complained about her face breaking, her Twitter told her was a result of the acne. She came to my place and I used ice massage it for her. I later advised her to use honey and the people don't dabaru for this section. And the devil is at work here, my life. And advised her and sent her the type of honey to apply. For her thighs, I advised there was need for her to avoid putting pressure on them and she should relax and avoid. So she said all the kind of things that she did. Don't let me waste too much time. Onyebusi alleged that some policemen were at her house on Tuesday and Wednesday while she was away. And that she threatened me that once she returned from the United States, she would teach me a lesson. Punch Metro obtained a letter by one of Bashir's lawyers, Ganiu Bello, dated October 7, which alleged Onyebusi of criminal misrepresentation, negligence, and causing bodily harm. In the letter, Bashir noted the reaction she suffered from the cosmetic procedures and asked Onyebusi to take steps to remedy the damage to avoid a legal suit. In a response letter sent by Onyebusi's lawyer, Frederick Ituka, SAN, we got it to where we are going, that is David and Law, dated November 30, the therapist denied the allegations of recklessness and negligence, adding that she would be willing to have a meeting for a peaceful resolution of the issues. That's nice, isn't it? But when Punch contacted Justice Bashir, he said all the allegations against her were untrue. While threatening her correspondent with a libel suit, she said the matter had been sent to the Consumer Protection Commission Abuja, adding that Onyebusi destroyed her skin. And she actually added that I'm not in Nigeria currently because I came for treatment. She injured me and I'm using my money for ticket accommodation treatment. I don't need her money, but the lady must face justice. The case is already with the Consumer Protection Commission Abuja. Okay, and I will advise you to wait or contact them. And she says, the judge says that all I went for was a facial treatment, and she brought out a laser machine and said she could operate it. I didn't know she could not, and she burnt my face and skin. Have you seen where she is operating? She's operating in one filthy place, and she calls the place her house and also where she injures people. The police are aware that she has injured several persons. If I wanted to arrest her, I would have done that since May when it happened. I won't say more, but the moment you write anything about me that is not correct, my lawyers will sue you. Okay, I mean, that's the bulk of the matter. She says she operated from a filthy place. On getting there, I wonder why she allowed herself to be operated on. I wonder why that is. My major concern is not this. They've sought themselves out. This is client therapist issue, or whatever you call it. What I want to highlight from this is the danger that lies in various, interventions in your skin. Incidentally, it's both male and female. There are loads of men. There's one popular Yoruba actor who looks so horrible because he don't go bleach. In Lagos, we will say bleach, educated, but I want to get to everybody in the nitty-gritty. He bleach. In the social media, I've seen all kinds of things happen. People soaked in something that looks like an acid bath and peeling the skin as if you are taking, when you buy, most of you will never buy brand new cars, so you don't know what I'm taking. When you buy chassis, brand new one, you can't take the nylon or whatever it is off. You have to tear it off. For those of you who never buy new car, make you ask me. This last brand new car I bought was in '84, and I bought it 11,000 Passat TS brown. On buying that car that day, I headed for Alaba to go and put in an engine so that from afar you can hear the music when I'm coming. That was in '84. I cannot buy a brand new car till I die. I don't know. If anybody makes the mistake of giving me a brand new car, I will leave the aura on top of it and take it to the market and buy a house, because the cost of car and house now, they are almost the same. As you buy a car for 35, 40, 50, 60 million, so you can go to Elegushi or anywhere and buy one of these apartments that will fall apart in 5 years for the same amount. But at least we will begin the passion once more with cement and everything. Back to this. I just want to highlight to you the danger there in these things. Liposuction. Thank you again one more time, Bomi. Liposuction, all these bleaching and so on and so forth. It comes with its own baggage. We've lost a first lady here to this thing. Leave your body the way it is. Use Ori and whatever. Remember, for example, anytime you rub a cream on your body, ask yourself where the cream goes. When you put something on that, then you rub it like this and it's gone. It hasn't gone to thin air. A lot of it has gone through the pores of your skin. And leading that, we were told by a doctor who came here, it could lead to kidney failure. It could lead to anything on earth. I'm going to open up our lines now. When you call in, the judge is not on trial. She is free to do whatever she likes with her body. So I don't want anybody criticizing the judge. I hope you understand that. She is not on trial. She is at complete freedom. The therapist, for now, is not on trial. Why do I say so? I don't even know what it takes. Maybe you can educate me. What does it take to call yourself a therapist? Is it that you spend 2 years in one therapist office in Surulere, you now go and open your own in Ogba and charge half the price of the Surulere one? Does that make you a therapist? So if I want to approach a therapist, what are the things? Should that person have a certificate? Or should he be a plastic surgeon? I don't know. So I want you to educate me if you call in. And then you can just give a general opinion, please. I don't want... if it's in the papers, and I don't know how they got the picture of the woman's face, but it's in the papers here. Once it's there in the public, we can actually comment on it. By the way, these cosmetics that women use sometimes, they use cosmetics up to a point that you don't even recognize them at parties. Somebody gives, JD, Baoni, long time. And you go, yeah. You can't recognize it. That happens to me a lot. Hey, JD, you come here, oh my boy. It's been long. You okay? Then you go, yeah. Oh, Tony, yeah, how are you? And then you start scratching your head. This is a combination of the cosmetics and old age. Say, who is this person? I don't know. So we'll open up our line. Before we do that, there's something I said. I want to make an appeal to the police and the authorities in Nigeria generally. Try and put a stop to these so-called pranks that are going on. Somebody is going to die as a result of them. I plead with the authorities, come back with the statement. Lagos State Attorney General, Commissioner for Justice, and Commissioner of Police in Lagos and nationwide. these so-called pranks, I mean, there must be some. Nigerians always jump on bandwagon and then go on this, without a speed limit. Some of these things they do are quite dangerous. Somebody is going to jump in a soakaway pit, and then some of them offend persons. There's one mad guy like that sorry to use the word mad guy, just angry with him. He keeps pouring water on people, taking off women's wigs, and so on and so forth. That's not a decent way to behave. However, when you see what they call pranks in other countries, it doesn't disturb the person's personality. And in good humor, you say, okay, yeah, you caught me there. But how can you take off a woman's wig as she's going or pour water on her body and you say you're doing a prank? Or pretend like you're a madman. One of these days, you pretend like a madman, somebody will bring a gun out and shoot you. I'd like us to please do that. It's 9:49, so I think I can just about take 3 calls. I'll take the first one. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning to Uncle Jimmy.
Yes.
I'm Mr. Churchill.
Yes, sir.
I'm calling from Ojo in Lagos.
Did you call me Mrs. Uncle Jimmy or Uncle Jimmy?
Yes.
Oh, you called me Mrs. Uncle Jimmy. I'm Abiman.
Sorry, Uncle Jimmy. Sorry. I'm sorry about that.
I want you have used phone now.
Yeah,
and you felt for it. You didn't call me Mrs. Uncle Jimmy.
Slip of the tongue.
I know. Please go on.
Yeah. Please, I want to comment on both topics.
Quickly.
Okay, please. I'll start with the second one. I will advise everybody, please, leave your skin the way God made you and continue to protect it. That is just the best thing that one can do to himself.
Yes.
I want to talk from the biblical perspective. It's just a bit, please. When God created the world, anything was created during the creation. God always said that, Bible always said that God will look at it and say it is what? Good.
Okay, thank you very much. Your this thing is up. Can we take one more call before we finally go? Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Uncle Jimmy. Hello?
Yes, go on.
Yes, so I want to talk about the cosmetic. This issue of acne, pimples is involved in woman's skin. It is purely medical. So the woman should be subjected to scrutiny to know whether she's a certified medical doctor. That's the therapist. That is important.
Yes.
Anything that has to do with acne, because if you mishandle it, it could develop to a huge boy and cancer immediately, as it happened to. So that is number one. On the issue of this prank, you are damn right. Let me talk about what happened to me.
You can't. You have only 1 minute.
Please. We were playing draft. I'm a man of about 60 years. We were playing draft with my colleagues. Somebody just came from nowhere, picked 2 seats, and told us to dare him that first come, first receive. That he will punch us if we dare come to take the seat away from him. We were simplified for about 2 minutes before he came back and said I was only joking. It was only a prize. There's a video somewhere covering, and I said, look, I don't have respect for old age.
Okay, thank you. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Uncle Jimmy, good morning.
Morning.
Yeah. See, what I know the swallow person when no see leg. That's my point.
Okay, we got to go. I have some kids coming in here tomorrow. They're between, one is about 8 and 2 of them are 11. 3 kids. A 4th kid, Philip, do we have a 4th kid coming in? Oh, Philip is not here. He's sleeping. Can you please go and wake him up? Philip, do we have a 4th kid coming tomorrow? Otisunlo. He said no. So we have 3 kids. Philip was supposed to come with 1. So we have 3 kids coming in. Or if you have a kid who is about 10, 11, please quickly get in touch and you can bring him. And what we'll do is just sit with these children and talk to them about Christmas and whatever. It's going to be some light entertainment, because this is the Christmas period. Okay? Unfortunately, a sign of the times, we are not hiding anything like we normally used to do, or I normally used to do at Christmas. The companies, most of them are lucky to be alive and operating than to have anything extra to give anybody. But we'll see how it goes. Hopefully by Easter, we'll be able to do a bit of that. So I apologize. I got to go now. I'd like to thank Feta. Fetty baby. No. I'd like to thank Feta. I'd like to thank Philip, who is sleeping behind the pillar. Just seeing him there, at least I know that if somebody opens the door, he will deal with that person before they get to me. So we'll see you all. We'll see you all tomorrow, 9 o'clock. All right? Bye.
Keep you informed all day long with the best radio programming. From the morning crossfire with Sheriff to What's Up Lagos, and at noon it's the Sunny Side with Joyce.